Hi, Wisdom Seekers. This is Dr. Sherry Shoemaker at Where Spirit Takes Me. The other day, I was at a lunch with some colleagues, and the gentleman sitting next to me and I were having this great conversation. And he was talking about how he was really a type B or a B-type person. He said B-type as opposed to a type A person. And I thought it was interesting how he phrased it, because we talk about type A, those focus-driven people that are only workaholics and can't slow down kind of thing. And we don't talk about type B, but he didn't say type B, he said B-type. So as I thought about it, I go, oh, that's like the difference between human being and human doing. So the type A is more of that human doing, and the human being is being. Knowing who you are, embodying the habits and the attitudes that you are the most comfortable with, and still succeeding. Because he's a very accomplished man. He's done many things, and he has a lot of responsibility within his job, and he has a great family, and he just has embraced who he is. It is wonderful to see people like that and to be able to be around them, because the whole frequency of the environment changes when you're with somebody who knows who they are. But I also wanted to mention how we phrase things, because so often we just kind of reiterate what we've heard or been taught, and we don't really think about how we come across, how we phrase, how we're saying something. And I know for myself, many people thought for many years that I was very curt and not very thoughtful and very set in my ways, and that's how I appeared, because that's how I had been taught. That's the environment that I had lived in, and there wasn't any, you weren't allowed to do anything differently. And then as an adult and moving forward and having children of my own and expanding my life and being around an environment at work where I was surrounded by many, many different kinds of people, well, I had to start making changes, and I wanted to. I really wanted to. So one of the things I would do, and it's like this old saying, before you say anything, count to 10 and then say it. Or before you send that email, read it, put it in draft, and come back to it in an hour, and then revisit it. So you want to take the time to really think about yourself. And where is this coming from? Where is this response or your attitude or your things that you say coming from? When you talk to your kids, when you talk to your boss, when you talk to colleagues, where is this coming from? And how do you phrase it? And how better can you phrase it? I have taken a lot of leadership business classes along with the spiritual and the knowing myself classes. So I know how to game some of those personality tests, and I always come out balanced because I know how to take the test. but who am I? And how am I saying things? And what do I really want to impart to somebody? What do I really want to get across to them? And how do I want to do it? That takes practice. And one of the ways that you can practice, besides just paying attention to what you say, or taking that breath before you respond, or being in a different environment with different people, write things down. When you hear other people talk and you think, gosh, that sounded harsh, or oh my gosh, they sound like such an airhead, write down what your response is to that. Write down how you would really want somebody to talk to you if they thought that about you. Because you want to get your message across. And in order to do that, you need to pay attention to what your words mean and the tone with which you say them. You get to get better at it as you get to know yourself. So you also want to spend time being with you and letting that chatter in your head slow down and become less important than just being with you. So I would be proud and excited to have somebody tell me that I am a B-type person, because I strive, I don't want to say work towards, but my purpose is to become more of a being. And I hope that some of this information, as I put it, helps you, resonates, and helps keep you curious, keeps you inspired, and moving to a much more joyful, loving, caring existence.